ACC.
The Atlantic Coast Conference. These odds are fire. North Carolina plus 150, Duke plus 160, Clemson plus 850, Wake Forest plus 900, Pitt plus 1200, UVA plus 1900, Va Tech plus 3000, Syracuse plus 6500, and NC State plus 10,000, Florida State plus 10,000, Miami plus 15,000, Notre Dame plus 30,000, and BC 30,000 as well. And the 50,000 plays are Louisville and Georgia Tech. Louisville, right? No, this one, youtube.com/thecollegeexerience. As I remind you again, ACC.
This one begins Tuesday. All of them neutral site in Washington, D.C.
There's two that I love here. Clemson is a good play. They're a veteran team. Now, maybe DC would be a little bit of a UVA crowd, but I think they can beat any of those teams they're facing. And then they would get Duke if Duke doesn't get upset. I love the fact Duke's so young, Clemson's so old. We saw Clemson win in Chapel Hill. We saw them win at Bama. I think there's a ton of value on Clemson. Jack Coyle, there we go. And Mac's going to hate this, but I actually like Pitt as the other play from an odd standpoint. Pitt is going to play Georgia Tech, Notre Dame, or Wake Forest. I like, now Pitt could lose to any of those, but they should be favored against those three. Then Carolina. Yeah, I understand Pitt against Carolina should be a heavy dog, but Pitt has shown this weird capability to be really hot for one game. So it's worth the shot with the value you're getting for Pitt to upset Carolina. And then, like I said, I don't even know if you can pencil in Duke in the championship away from Cameron Indoor. I think they could lose to Virginia. They could lose to Clemson. They could lose to Syracuse. If NC State got hot, I don't know, so the Pitt one's just a hope that Duke gets upset. And for one game, you get up against North Carolina and beat a team you shouldn't. And the rest, who knows after that? So I love Pitt and Clemson as my two strongest plays. Mac, where are you going here?
I had Clemson and Wake, and I know they both have to win an extra game, but like you said, I feel like they're going to get a average or below average team in the playing game. And then for Wake's standpoint, they're on the bubble. They need some momentum. Get that first one out of the way and then beat Pitt and then play with house money against Carolina. So I like Wake at 9-1 and Clemson is plus 850.
My only problem with Wake is they've been so horrible away from Winston-Salem. That's why I took Pitt. It's like at least Pitt's won some key road games. I was trying to sell myself on Wake early just because of that. I was like
better than Pitt. Like
no, they are as a roster, but not on the road. On the road, I mean, I know that wouldn't be a true road game, but Wake's just been so bad away from Winston-Salem. It's hard to have faith, but
they both blew each other out.
Yeah. Noah, what are you doing here in the Atlantic Coast Conference?
So I kind of attack this a little bit differently than both of you guys. Truthfully, I don't like this conference at all. I think it's North Carolina and Duke to me. I cannot lay the price that they're currently at, but I think they are head and shoulders the best two teams in this conference.
I don't know about the Duke side of it. Like Carolina, I agree, but like Duke on the road, it's not like they've looked amazing.
How is Duke plus 160 and Carolina's plus 150? That's the one that perplexed me. I was like, those two teams are not the same.
It just seems like both of them are going to get to the championship, and I say that loosely because there's still basketball to be played. However,
if Duke played
ACC's
Clemson,
been so inconsistent this year.
But if Duke played Clemson in a neutral, I think that's a 50-50 game. I don't even think that's we sit there and favor Duke.
So this was my strategy, at least. I'm trying to, if you're playing futures here, I'm trying to find spots to where I can get value on a team right now and then hedge out of it in a future date when they possibly get to the championship or just run into North Carolina or Duke in a semifinal game.
Wait, did you say hedge?
Yeah, I said hedge. I don't like any of these teams outside of the top 2 seeds in the ACC. I just question if they can win.
This guy's looking forward to a hedge.
I just can't. I question. I don't think any ACC team outside of UNC or Duke can win 3 games in a row. I really don't. I have to see it to believe it.
I think Clemson certainly could.
They would have to win 4. They would have to win 4.
Clemson's done this before.
My first one is going to be Virginia. Here's why. It's real simple. 19-1. It's a disrespectful price on a team with a double bye, and they have the best coach in the conference. Simple as that. Win 1 game, get to Duke 19-1 for 2 more games, or I can get Duke at a spread in the mid single digits. Next one, if you're gonna, I don't know, if you let's just say this. Georgia Tech has been a very polarizing team so far this season. Wake Forest can't win on the road. Pitt needs the 3-ball to win, and they're very inconsistent. Notre Dame at 300-1 is a shot that I like because Micah Shrewsbury's done a solid coaching job with this roster.
That's burning money, dude. Freshmen. That's burning fucking money.
He's starting 4 freshmen, has the freshman of the year in Marcus Burton, and his son Braden Shrewsbury kind of led this team. They've beaten Wake Forest and Clemson in the last 4 games here. They're playing their best ball at the right time of the year. Georgia Tech.
Those were in South Bend.
I don't get
UNC. It's the easiest path in this ACC tournament to get to a semifinal. Lastly, it's Virginia Tech 30-1. That's my last little sprinkle to try to get plus EV into a semifinal. Virginia Tech's done this before, Colby, with Mike Young, Sean Petula, Hunter Couture back in 2022.
They did.
They ran the whole damn thing. And they beat North Carolina during that run. Virginia Tech, I think they have some pieces to do it. But again, it's very hard to predict an outside shot for me in the ACC.
I mean, the Hokies one, okay, maybe they're a veteran team. The Notre Dame one is absolute worthless in my opinion.
There's a reason why it's 300-1.
I understand that, but they haven't won on the road much.
Give me Miami.
Well, I would take really every other team.
Yeah, but look at Miami's path. You got Clemson and Virginia in front of them.
Yeah, I mean, Virginia's not that hard.
Clemson would be really hard. If they got by that, I think they could actually get Virginia. But, yeah, it'd be more so buying into Larinaga.
But Miami's got a better roster than Notre Dame. So, like, that is 100%. Why I can understand that. Yeah.
I'm not arguing that.
I know. I'm just saying to me, like, the Notre Dame one, I for an upset or two, I'm with you. I think it's I think it is impossible for them to go win the ACC championship right now.
It's not a play directly to get to win the ACC championship. Like I said at the beginning, I'm looking to hedge out of it when they get to the semifinal against North Carolina.
I don't know if you
go ahead and play your gunshots again.
We don't say that on this show. You know what I mean? We don't advise to fucking hedge. I mean,
I'm not advising to go bet money on Clemson. I've already bet.
The only thing on my mind,
on Clemson futures
was pussy.
I'm not doing it on Syracuse. I'm not doing it on fucking Pitt. I'm not doing it on Wake. I'm not doing it on Florida State. Georgia Tech, hell no. Miami, they haven't played in the final 2 months of the season. Louisville,
I can't talk to this son of a bitch. I can't talk to that son of a bitch. I really can't. I can't.
You disloyal, fool-ass, bitch-made punk.
I can't believe he comes on here spraying this shit. I can't, like, I really just, I can't believe this is what we're talking about right now. Yeah, you would have told me this pre-episode. I said this episode doesn't have to be done.
That's why we're doing it. That's why I didn't say.
The fuck is that?
This is just.
Who wins the league? I predict
Carolina.
Clemson.
I kind of think Clemson too.
Clemson.
I think Clemson gets it done. They beat North Carolina in the final. I like that.
I think this North Carolina group is just out to win shit this year after a dud year last year.
Yeah. Could be Carolina over or
a lot of people go to college for 7 years.
All right. Next conference. I'm a bit taken back.